Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited to be chatting with you today. Today we are really excited to share our story with you. Like, how did we get here? How did we meet? How am I even in the personal training business?
That's right. We're also going to talk about convincing you that health and fitness can be your competitive advantage in life.
Yeah, and we want to give you some simple strategies to help make that happen.
Awesome.
So let us know when you're watching this. So are you here with us live? That's awesome. If you are live, type in the comments live and we'll celebrate that you're here. And if you're watching on replay, just write replay. We really want to make this interactive. So if you're on board with what we're saying, give us a like. If you have any questions throughout the process, just write them in the comments and we promise that we're going to respond to you personally. We want these Facebook Lives to be more part of our regular routine, and your questions and comments are really going to help shape the topics that we talk about here.
Awesome. Very good.
So let's get after it. We're going to start by introducing ourselves and sharing a little bit about our story with you.
All right. My name is Mike Wilcox. Thanks for being here and watching this video. For me, I've always just felt at my best when I'm working with people and I'm helping people. I've been personal training people for 20 plus years, and I always feel this sense of happiness over me when I get to see people achieving things that they didn't think were possible. So a big thing for me is seeing people fight through their fears to achieve the desired results that they're looking for. So it really gets me fired up. That whole process is something very cool for me, and I've seen it in myself, and I see it in Paige as well, and we see it in our clients all the time. And it's really why I do what I do. It keeps me motivated. The reward that comes from people overcoming their fears so that they can experience the outcomes they're looking for. That's really what this is all about, and it's not about necessarily the physical part of it, but it's a big part of the mental part of it, and what they take into their daily lives. So for me, I grew up right here in Bangor. I played on Ross's Auto.
Ross's
phenomenal baseball team back in the day. But for me, sports laid the foundation for me. Teamwork, leadership, both things that I really played a big role for me as I grew up playing sports, my competitive spirit, and then my passion for people. I got to be around different types of people all the time, and so I was able to kind of craft a way of doing things that has been successful for people, and it's really laid a foundation for our business. So leadership plus teamwork equals clients thriving, and so that's really what I live my day and my purpose is all about. So instilling confidence and teaching people that if they're willing to put in the work, then they can achieve whatever the heck they want. So pretty cool.
I also was a sports superstar growing up. I was a Class D bench warmer from Rangeley, Maine. And never in a million years did I think I would be here running a personal training business, but I'm so happy that I am. I always knew that I would own and run my own business. I came from a family of small business owners. It's just in my blood. Like, I knew that I wanted to make the world a better place, and I knew that I would do that through business. I just didn't know how. My favorite book growing up was Miss Rumphius, and if you're not familiar with that book, it's a story of a young girl. Her aunt is Miss Rumphius, and Miss Rumphius makes the world a more beautiful place by spreading lupin seed across the countryside. And this little girl is trying to find her way in the world. How is she going to make the world a more beautiful place? And that was the same for me. So my goal was always to make the world a better place. I knew I'd do it through business. Never in a million years thought it would be through owning a fitness business, really. I just didn't know the how or the what, so I went to business school, right? I went to the University of Maine. After college, I was recruited to work for a company called VWR International. It was it is a scientific distribution company. I was responsible for a really large territory. I sold products, reagents, chemicals into the biotech industry. I had some really amazing customers at Jackson Labs and IDEX, and I worked with researchers who were doing really important work, studying cancer, biomarkers, and I really thought one day I would be in the lab and somebody would say, "Eureka, I solved cancer," and that really didn't happen. But the cool thing about working for VWR or a big company like VWR is I had the opportunity to go back to school and get my master's in business administration. And that's just when I fell deeper in love with business. I guess I'm a business nerd. I just love business. I love the way that business can shape our society and our culture and really contribute and make a difference in communities locally.
Terrific. Now, I did not really think that I would ever be in business. It never crossed my mind. It wasn't something that I ever thought about. I knew that I loved helping people. I knew I loved what I did on a daily basis. And until Paige really kind of set the tone and pushed me in this direction, did I think that it was possible. But what I do know that is what I was doing for work was building relationships, building trust, instilling confidence, and helping people solve a problem, all correlated to business and how you can go about building a strong business. So it's kind of neat to see those things work together and really give me some skills to start in the business world, which I have zero background in. And, for the most part, I had zero interest in. So it's been great. And what I get to see is people living a better life. They have better relationships with their friends, family, with their coworkers. Those are big things for us, and they kind of set a foundation for what we want for people. And then a big thing, smiling, laughing. We run a Kickstart program. We run dozens of them. One of the best things that I can recall coming from one of our results meetings is a man went through the program and he said that, the best part about this is that my wife told me I had my sense of humor back. And I remember that was a few years ago, but I remember that. And just that, small things make a big difference. His wife hadn't seen him have a sense of humor in really a decade is what I remember him telling me. So for that to come out just by showing up 3 days a week is a pretty cool thing to see, right? And then we hear stories all the time of cool stuff people are doing in their life. So it sets me on fire, and that's what I like to see every day, and we get to hear about that stuff every single day. So it's really awesome for me, and that's kind of my little evolution into business.
Very cool. So Mike and I met on a blind date.
We did.
Probably the most awkward experience in my life. Was it the most awkward experience of your life?
Yeah.
It was my college professor. She was about to retire, and it was the final semester of my senior year in undergrad, and she asked to see me after class. And the whole time she was talking to me, I thought she was talking to me about a paper that I had written, and she got to the end of the conversation and said, "So would it be all right with you if I gave my personal trainer your phone number?" And I was mortified. Like, I was this very serious student, like, I just wanted to crawl out of my skin and hide. But I had a lot of ideas about what personal trainers were, and maybe you do too. So I thought, he was gonna walk around, he wasn't gonna have a neck. And I thought that all he did for a living was count reps. I thought that maybe he just told people to run faster on the treadmill, and anyone could really do that, right? And I thought that he wouldn't be any fun to go out on a date with, because all he would want to do is eat his pre-portioned chicken and vegetables out of plastic containers. But I was really wrong.
Yes, you were. Right. So I went into that blind date not really wanting to go through the whole process. At the time, this person was my client, and I didn't want to mix the client and personal relationships, and I put it off. She harassed me.
She harassed both of us.
Yeah, she harassed both of us
I hope she's
try to make this happen. Yeah. I really came up with a great excuse to get out of it, and I can remember the phone call and say, "I'm sorry, I'm unavailable," and then I'm pretty sure I just hung up the phone.
And then what happens? What about the email?
I'm pretty sure I lied to the professor about I sent the email and haven't heard back from her. She just doesn't want to go with me. So of course she dug a little deeper, realized that didn't happen, and then she was offering rides to go out to dinner, and she was going to make this happen. So, somehow it did happen. She pushed us right along, and it was meant to be, apparently. So we've been together for 14 years. We've been married for 8. Just celebrated our 8-year anniversary. This business will have celebrated 7 years next month.
Yeah.
And we have two precious little children, Hazen and Brooklyn. So we are blessed to be together and feel fortunate to have this wonderful business.
Through Mike, I learned about the impact that he was making on the lives of the clients that he served. I was so inspired. I wanted to get behind it. I knew that I had a lot to contribute from the business perspective. He was doing amazing things. It wasn't about counting reps or looking a certain way. It was about letting people live the lives that they've always dreamed of. Having the energy to play with their children and enjoy it. Live the life of their dreams, have adventures, have fun, do cool things, have the confidence to excel in their careers, and have the determination, grit, and perseverance that's required to grow a business or grow a career or really do anything that you set out to do. It was about creating momentum and leverage in your life so that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to.
Right. So how we started our business, I was an independent contractor, an awesome local gym. I had about 30 clients that were awesome. They really, they were on board with the way I was doing things. They're very consistent, and they really were on my side. So when I had to make this decision, it felt actually very natural and easy, and knowing that I had some great people that believed in me.
We've got a lot of OGs here still.
OGs.
Original gang.
Original gang. She just made that up.
Original
OGs.
OGs. So thank you guys. Thank you for supporting us from the very beginning.
Yes.
You have no idea how much that meant to us.
Right. So back in the day, I had a pretty tough schedule. Not that opening your business helps that schedule, but it's just a little bit different. So tough schedule, kind of sporadic, 5 in the morning, 6:30 at night. But it didn't matter to me. I enjoyed the rewards of helping people. I would still be doing this to this day, I think. But Paige, coming from that family of small business owners, was really pushing, and I can recall driving around Bangor, and every open available, it was open or not, but every
for rent sign.
Yes, for rent, lease available. Well, that was where we were going to be.
I still think that lawnmower shop would have been awesome.
Lawnmower shop smelled a little bit greasy, if you will. So anyways, it was just, she was a big push. I, of course, not of course, but I was very hesitant. Not coming from that background in business, I was like, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. There's no way that I can pull this off. I didn't believe it at all. So it took a couple years of coaxing, but I did my research and I was able to go to a few facilities where people just like me were doing an awesome job and doing it on their terms and creating bigger impact than I might have had in another gym setting with other trainers around. So I realized the potential, participated at some of these places, and really gained confidence that this is the direction I want to go, this is the impact I want to try to create, and off and running. So in 2012, amid lots of nervousness, there was a lot of excitement, and in 2012 we did open Wilcox Wellness and Fitness. So our mission is to inspire people to enhance their lives by forming healthful habits they can sustain for a lifetime. It's a big mission, and we've been staying true to it for the 7 years we've been open, and we'll continue to do that. It all comes down to sustainability and what are some things you can adopt and habits and foundations you can have that will lead you along a path of health and fitness and just feeling great about yourself and doing cool stuff.
So we've come a long way since we opened about 7 years ago. It literally was the Mike Wilcox show, and our dog Oliver, our golden doodle, who, if you come here, he's our official welcoming committee. I'm excited for you to meet him. About 30 private training clients, 4,000 feet of wide open gym space with just a few pieces of functional training equipment.
You got it. So that's a ton of space for just me and some one-on-one private clients, but we had fun. It was awesome. But it's a different world we live in now, and so it's kind of cool to see that growth.
So for perspective, today we train over 375 clients with an average of 800 sessions completed on a weekly basis in 2 locations with 9 employees.
Right, so how did we get here?
In 2012, we opened the business. It was the Mike Wilcox show.
All right, in 2014, we came to the conclusion that we weren't working with people in the way that we really wanted and creating the results that we thought that would really set people up for more success. So we completely flipped our business model on its head, and in turn created a really cool business that's impacting more people because of that really, really difficult decision.
Woohoo!
Yeah. In 2015, Paige joined the business full time. As I've said already today, I really like working with people. I like the fitness side of things and the coaching and training coaches, and it's been really awesome for me. So I kind of pushed for Paige to get in the business because I didn't like dealing with all that kind of stuff, and frankly, I wasn't very good at it, nor did I have the passion to really get into it. So in 2015, Paige left her job, which really, her job created a lot of security for us in different ways. And so again, a big, big decision, and
Probably one of the scariest things I've ever done, but the best decision that I've ever made.
so that's how we came to be working so closely together.
Yeah, in 2016, so from the time that I joined our business until 2016, I really worked on streamlining our processes, really taking what Mike was doing and our trainer team was doing, and really just streamlining it and letting people know more about what was going on here. Our business was really firing on all cylinders. We were growing, we had streamlined processes, we had a lot of automation. I didn't really need to be doing much more in the business at that point. And really, for Mike and I, it's all about impact. So 2016 was all about figuring out what's next in our business, how can we make more of an impact. And we joined an awesome local program to really figure that out, and we really evaluated a few different options, but settled on franchising as being the option to create the most impact. For us, we want to support other local entrepreneurs in creating massive impact in their local communities, and franchising is what has allowed us to do that. So all of 2017 we spent working on our franchise disclosure document, which is a major document, along with an attorney, a lot of decision making, a lot of writing, a lot of legalese. That document we completed and filed on December 17th, and on December 22nd we had our second baby, so our baby girl, Brooklyn.
That's right, big year in 2017.
It was a big year.
And then in 2018, in June, we signed up a location in Brunswick with our wonderful franchisee, Allison Hopkins, right down there in Brunswick. So that was obviously a very, very big day for what we want to do down in Brunswick and beyond. So.
Awesome. In January of 2019, Allison opened Wilcox Wellness and Fitness in Brunswick. Really amazing. They're doing great things down there. It's been awesome.
Yeah, so there is our journey in business. Very
That's
cool.
it.
So, and here we are talking to you guys today. So this is exciting.
Yeah, here we are.
Cool.
So who here, let us know in the comments. So we shared with you our story, but we kind of want to transition into the next part. Who here thinks that your personal health and fitness can be a competitive advantage? So give us a thumbs up if you agree. If you have anything to say, even better, write something in the comments so that we can chat with you. If you have questions about what that means, let us know, and we'd love to chat. Shannon, is there anyone there talking? Nobody's here! Maybe people will watch on the replay. That's all right. Okay.
So when we talk about the competitive advantage, why is that? Why is that true? So some things that we know help people and give them an advantage is energy levels, right? To be able to keep up with your life, you gotta have some energy. You gotta be pulled in so many different directions these days. If you've got kids, you know what I'm talking about. But even if you don't, you've got kids, you've got parents, you've got all kinds of things in your life, and you need the energy. So you adopt some healthy habits, you'll have energy.
Confidence. I think that's a huge one. Having the confidence to present yourself well and feel confident doing whatever life passes your way. That's a huge one. Confidence impacts everything. It impacts the way that we carry ourselves. It impacts the type of relationships that we have. It impacts the type of work that we go after. And really, it's amazing. To us, it's not about what you do in the gym. It's about overcoming those obstacles in the gym that's going to set you up to have confidence outside in your daily lives.
Absolutely. So mental clarity to get stuff done and make good decisions. So when you're clear and you're using your body and you're clearing your mind from the stress, the clarity can really set your life up for bigger things if you choose them.
A limitless lifestyle, that's what it's all about. So being able to do the things that you love doing, and I think the key word here is enjoy doing that. So do you love kayaking? Having the ability and the mobility to get in and out of your kayak with grace. Being able to go for a hike and keep up with your kids and have the conversation on the trail. And really just doing whatever you want to be able to do in your life and enjoy it.
Right. We do hear a lot of stories of people not doing things in fear that their cardiovascular won't be there. They get out of breath very easily going up a flight of stairs, or they were trying to talk to a friend as they walked up a hill and they were embarrassed because they got out of breath on something that they considered to be very simple. So we talk about limitless lifestyle. It's like just going to do those normal things without limitations, without self-consciousness, without fear that you might get injured or there's some other things there. But limitless lifestyle doesn't mean all these crazy things you go and do. It just means that you can do whatever the heck you want whenever you want to, because you take good care of yourself. So I just want to make that point too.
So here's a little perspective for you. The great entrepreneurs of our time commit to health and fitness and use it as their competitive advantage.
Even while they're working 18-hour days.
And running multiple businesses.
They make the time.
They prioritize it.
They make it happen.
Because they believe in the power.
That's right. And here's a quote from Richard Branson. I seriously doubt that I would have been as successful in my career and most importantly happy in my personal life if I hadn't always placed an importance on my health and fitness. That's huge.
Mark Zuckerberg, staying in shape is very important. Doing anything well requires energy, and you just have a lot more energy when you're fit.
Right. Mark Human, I think this one's pretty cool. That I will find a way to get a workout done, I think reflects how relentless I can be in the business world as well. So just one simple workout, just him committing to that and getting that done gives him the confidence to do big things in business in his life. So it can be very small things that make a big impact. And that's what we're talking about.
And if that's not enough evidence for you, the Harvard Business School did a study that lasted 12 years. And they found that most successful CEOs exercise regularly. And I want to say, if you're not a CEO or you don't aspire to be a CEO, that's fine. But I think that exercising regularly correlates to your ability to be successful in all aspects of your life.
Yeah, whatever you set your mind and your heart to, staying fit, staying able gives you a big leverage.
Bam!
Oh, nice one. Boom.
You like that?
I do. So as I said before, our mission is to inspire people to enhance their lives by forming healthful habits that can sustain for a lifetime.
We help busy professionals looking to gain leverage in all aspects of their life through healthy living.
Right, so how do we do that? How do we help busy professionals? So here's a couple of quotes. Go ahead.
So increase energy levels. Cherie is a local nurse. I love this quote. She says, my lifestyle has completely changed. I've increased my energy levels, have better eating habits. It's easier to stay healthy and have clean eating habits when you work hard in the gym, and I think that's really true. Nourishing yourself well and training well really support each other and get you to where you want to go.
Yeah, that's another boom. Okay, Karen, she works out here. Her husband also works out here. This program has improved my life and my health and my marriage. And I think we're seeing that a lot with people in improved relationships just because they're taking care of themselves. Maybe letting off a little stress helps. But I think it's the confidence that comes just knowing that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing great things for yourself. It trickles down.
It could also be that they have someone else to complain about. Like they complain about Katie or Adam instead of each other.
Right, yeah, maybe. Anyways, they can share stories about what's going on at the gym and which trainer gave them the biggest hard time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then Michelle, so I'm looking and feeling better. I have increased energy levels and a more positive outlook on life. Like, what more could you ask for? Making these small shifts and having a more positive outlook on your life.
Yeah, we've hit on this, but confidence. This was my favorite quote out of the bunch. I have boosted my own confidence and self-esteem. She didn't say the people at Wilcox Wellness and Fitness, or the trainer here, trainer there, or Paige, or Mike. She showed up, she did the work, she's doing the stuff at home, eating better, and she flipped her mindset. And so I boosted my own confidence is the quote, and I just think that's really cool that she understands that it was her, and she used us as a tool for her to get there versus us doing it for her, which is never the case.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So hopefully you're convinced.
Yeah.
Are you convinced? Let us know. Are you convinced? Let us know in the comments.
So we're going to talk about 5 things you can do that can really help you do what we're talking about and build leverage into your life.
And here's the good news. You can automate your life with habits. I feel like so many times people think healthy living is so difficult and so much work, and it really doesn't have to be. Yes, if you do Google search how to live healthy, how to eat healthy foods, you're gonna come up with a lot of information that's gonna be really conflicting. And really what we like to do for our clients, and really anybody that will listen to us, is give you 5 really super simple, not necessarily easy, habits that you can implement into your life that we know will build a foundation for you for a healthy lifestyle for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. So the 5 habits that you can use, those habits can change your life. So change your habits, change your life. And habits are the invisible architecture of daily life. We repeat 40% of our behavior almost daily. So our habits shape our existence and our future. If we change our habits, we change our lives.
And that was Gretchen Rubin. She is an amazing author who writes about happiness, habits, and all things like living your best life. If you haven't read any of her books, I highly recommend that you pick them up.
Good. And John Maxwell says, ultimately, people do not decide their future, they decide their habits, and their habits decide their future. So very simple statement, but extremely powerful.
Habits decide your future. And the great Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a habit.
That's right.
I think that's really powerful.
That's true. So, are you ready to hear about our simple but maybe not so easy to implement habits for massive impact? Here they are.
Awesome. So really simple, like no original crazy research here. You've probably never heard this one before. Start your day every day with breakfast. Your mother probably told you it's the most important meal of the day, and she was right. Eating breakfast is going to set you up to have great energy levels throughout the day, and a healthy breakfast is going to help you make better decisions throughout the day. Period. End of story.
Absolutely. It's the foundation. You start yourself with good fuel, good food that gives you energy, clarity. You're going to attack your day a lot differently than you have something that maybe bogs you down, or you don't have anything, and then your body's looking for that. So that can be a distraction on your day. Number 2 here is eat consistently throughout the day. I think it's really important to eat smaller meals in between those larger ones. So kind of the agenda for the day would be breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and then dinner. And then of course you got to drink that water all day long.
Water everywhere.
So
hey Mike, what's the habit that I struggle with the most?
You skip snacks.
And what happens when I skip snacks?
We eat Ben and Jerry's.
At the end of the day, so like I'll do really well. I'll eat an awesome healthy breakfast. I love food, I love healthy food, I love cooking. I'll eat an awesome healthy breakfast, normally a smoothie or overnight oats. I'll have an awesome lunch that I've slaved over for the week for both of us. I'll cook our family an awesome healthy dinner. And then I'll beg Mike at the end of the day. If I haven't had my snacks, I will beg him, literally.
It's true.
It's not pretty, and I'm not proud of it either.
Yeah.
But I will beg him to go to the corner store and get us some Ben and Jerry's.
It's
And
happened.
we're fitness business owners, so it's like a hat on, you know, like you're trying to disguise yourself, like the Ben and
There's
Jerry's
nothing to
is not
see here.
happening.
Nothing to see here.
Exactly.
But it does happen, and the whole point is when your body's hungry, or if you've skipped a bunch of meals, gone long periods of time without giving it some fuel, it's gonna look for like whatever is convenient, or whatever that bad thing that you just can't live without at that moment. But if you have those snacks in between, typically people at the end of the day eat a lot less. Have your normal dinner instead of maybe 2-3 helpings, and then not eating after. So the big thing there is just continually fueling your body. Biggest thing, so that you're not overeating. Even you might get home and be cooking yourself like the healthiest meal that you know of, and meanwhile you're kind of snacking on the side, like whatever. There's chips,
you don't
there's
know what does that, do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But that's something we also hear from a lot of people is that I'm cooking some nice dinners, but in the meantime I'm getting to the kids' snacks or chips or whatever's convenient. So eat consistently throughout the day has a lot of benefits.
Next, it's whole foods only. The way that we define whole foods is kind of gruesome, actually. But it's foods that either came from the earth or had a mother. So foods in their most natural state. So we're eliminating all of the processed stuff, I'd say junk.
Cut the junk.
Crackers, cookies, candy, anything that comes in a wrapper. I guess not, yeah, pretty much anything that comes in a wrapper. Foods in their most natural state are going to be what we recommend to people.
Things that have a lot of ingredients, and most of them, if you can't pronounce them, are probably not going to be that great for you. And I think just, again, along with eating consistently throughout the day, giving yourself good fuel to have energy to do all the things you want to do. If you're eating stuff that your body's not supposed to be processing, or you're kind of get bogged down with all the unhealthy fats and whatnot, you just don't feel like doing stuff. So eating whole foods is a major player in energy and life. And then number 4 for this one is drink more water. I think most of us spend a lot of time dehydrated, even people who are really conscious of it. There are times when you forget, and when you're living a little bit dehydrated, you're more tired, fatigued, your body's not responding as well, your mind's not responding as well. So drinking half your body weight in fluid ounces, so if you're a 200-pound person, your goal wants to be somewhere around 100 ounces. And a couple things you can do to help you along that path is to just wake up and drink some water. Wake and guzzle. Wake and guzzle? It doesn't really go that well. Wake and guzzle. Something that I started doing about 4 years ago. And it really, honestly, it changed my day. It changed my life. It seems silly to say that, but days that I get distracted and don't have water in the morning, I feel a difference in how I can perform and how I feel, certainly how I can train. But I just feel better when I have good water in my system. So wake up, 20 ounces of water, and then the day begins. It's almost like an afterthought, like automating your habits. This is one thing I do. You can flavor up your water as a second thing you do if you don't like water. You can put some citrus in there, some lemons, limes, oranges, or juice. You can get kind of fancy and make a drink with maybe berries and rosemary or things like that. But there are ways. You can set timers, you can get reminders, you can track it. It's a simple thing that can change it. If you just did one thing out of anything, changing how much water you drink will change how you feel, 100% guaranteed. That's how I feel about water.
Thank you. That was good. So it's interesting, right? We are a fitness business. We are a personal training business. That is what we do. And 4 out of the 5 habits that we have are nutritionally related. And there's a reason for that. The last one is get active. But clients that come to train with us, they don't have to think about a thing. They just come here. The sweet spot for getting great results in terms of your fitness in our training business is just 3 training sessions a week. We find that as the sweet spot to get great results, and it kind of gives you that day on, day off type of training schedule.
And I think what this says here is that our bodies are made to move, and with the way lifestyles are, it's just the nature of how we progress as humans is that we tend to sit a lot or stand a lot or move in this one plane of motion. So getting up and moving and rotating and doing things that your body's actually naturally inclined to do, you'll feel better. And then I think you got to find something, maybe you said this, but find something that you love doing. It may not be going to the gym, it might be getting outside, it might be climbing, it might be hiking, it might be kayaking, but find something, getting out in the garden, but getting something that gets you moving, that gets your heart pumping a little bit and gives you a little sweat will bring a lot of value to your life. So it's not always about hitting the gym and doing all these things, but we do know that can accelerate a lot of the results that people are looking for.
And so these are habits for massive impact. This is the foundation. It's very basic, it's very doable, but you need to make the commitment to make it happen. So I'm curious, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let us know what habit you struggle with the most, why you struggle with it, or let us know what of these habits you're going to commit to working on in the next 30 days. Research shows that it takes 21 days to form a habit. Research also shows that you're 70% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. So write them down in the comments here, let us know, and let us hold you accountable.
Awesome.
Thank you.
good.
So if you're interested in learning more about our Habits for Massive Impact, we have a more polished presentation that's recorded. It's our Habits for Massive Impact presentation. We'll drop the link in the comments here for you. And thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoyed talking to you. We really hope that this was helpful for you. We'd love to hear your story. We'd love to hear your comments. We want to know what you're going to be working on so that we can help hold you accountable and so that we can create more content to support you on your health and fitness journey. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.